A number of years ago, I saw a New Yorker cartoon of a doctor with a patient sitting in front of him, and the doctor says, "You're 57 years old. I'd like to get that down a bit." The goal of age management medicine is not just to live longer, but it's to lengthen your health span, the number of years that you are healthy, vital, and enjoying life to its fullest. The first step to aging well is knowing how well you're aging. The aging process itself is our target. Many patients come in to see me and are very confused. I get emails all the time about, what did you think about this article? What did you think about that article? I thought that X was good for me, and now they're telling me it's not. My approach is to take the medical literature and understand it, but apply it to the individual. Traditional medicine waits until there is either a clinical event, a heart attack, a stroke, or the kind of forgetfulness that is obvious to everybody, and then treats. But to actually measure where that organ system is functioning is not a focus of traditional medicine. The aging process itself is our target. And we not only want to, as age management physicians, prevent disease and certainly treat disease, we want to improve the functioning of an individual so that they have a greater health span. Patients used to come into my office when I was practicing internal medicine, and I would say, that's just the aging process. Now I would say to them, let's measure what's keeping you from playing 3 sets of tennis. Is it your cardiovascular system? Is it your pulmonary system? Those things can be measured and addressed with specific therapies. Mother Nature, which is evolution, loses interest in the health and functioning of your body and mind after you've reached peak reproductive age. This happens in every species. It is a universal phenomenon. And we can see that in that each individual, after they've reached peak reproductive age, ages differently. It's not intervening in a plan by Mother Nature, a highly orchestrated plan. It is taking, for instance, a car that has gone past its warranty and thinking about checking the crankshaft before it actually breaks and changing the oil before it gets dirty enough to muck up the carburetor. How each organ system is functioning and aging is the way in which we'll know how to focus our therapies. And measuring a broad array of biomarkers within each individual can tell us how their overall aging process is occurring so that we know how to affect their aging process and whether what we're doing is actually working. So we start with a measurement at baseline, we introduce a therapy, and then we monitor. And then we adjust the therapy and we monitor again with these biomarkers. I love it when a patient comes in and tells me that she is feeling so much better and that her symptoms have resolved. But that's not enough. I insist upon objective evidence that she is improving in her biomarkers of aging. This is a difference between an individualized, evidence-based approach of age management medicine and the traditional medicine approach, which uses evidence from a clinical trial that may assume that you are like the average person in that trial. You may not be. Being an older person isn't a bad thing. That's the essence of not being ageist. But aging as a biological phenomenon is the continuous decline in function and ability to withstand stress that increases your risk of dying. That's a bad thing. And if you can treat that, that will forestall the diseases that later we treat routinely.